Hello everyone and welcome to WGBS TV Live, brought to you by SupermanHomepage.com, the #1 Superman fan site in the world. My name is Steve Eunice. In this, our February 22nd, 2021 show, we're going to be covering a range of topics, a lot of topics to get through, including casting for a new Supergirl. We've got Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League talk. We've got Superman and Lois airing tomorrow night in just around 24 hours. We've got comic book stuff to get through, Superman 1978 comic book. We've got so much more to get through. So to let you know how all works, how you can get involved in tonight's show, let me introduce you to my co-host, Mr. Michael Bailey. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Steve. How's it going today?
Doing well, and yourself?
I am fantastic. I am adjusting my phone so I can see the notes. Should have done this about 5 minutes ago, but why be professional? So, no, I'm doing great. I'm on vacation this week, nice. Which is amazing. Good Lord knows I needed it. And we have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight.
We do. So how do people get involved?
Well, it's really simple. Sometimes when we don't have a lot going on, we take calls about halfway through the show because WGBS Live is all about Superman, and we want to hear from the Superman fans that are watching us live right now on YouTube. So normally, if we don't have a lot going on, about halfway through the show, we take calls. Well, how do we do that? Well, it's really simple. You're going to need Skype. I know, but you still need it. Get on Skype, search for Superman homepage, and send us a message saying you'd like to be on the show. Now, a couple things, because both of these are really important. One, message us that you'd like to be on the show. Don't just call, because that can screw things up. And two, if you are watching WGBS Live on, with an external speaker, I guess, not on an external speaker. If you're watching us on a speaker, that is amazing. But if you're watching us if you're watching us and listening to the audio through an external speaker, please turn that down because we are on a bit of a delay, and that can kind of screw things up. Yes,
and for those who are tuning in via YouTube, we invite you to join with fellow viewers and post your comments, ask questions in the comments on YouTube. Michael and I will keep an eye on them, react to them as we go along. And if you would like your comment or question featured live on the screen, then you can post a super chat. All you do is click the little dollar symbol there. A slider will appear. You decide on a dollar amount you want to donate, and we will feature your question or comment on the screen as the show goes to air. And thank you to our sponsors and patrons, Douglas Meacham, John Patrick Van Pelt, and Tina Murray. We appreciate your support. And if you want to support the show, then just click the join button below. Different levels of perks for different types of memberships. As you said, Michael, a lot to get through in tonight's program. It's been a busy week, and we've got Superman and Lois airing tomorrow night there in the CW. So it's all happening, as they say.
Yeah, it's wow. A couple of weeks ago, we were like, wow, not much is going on, and now it's like an embarrassment of riches. So I'm pretty good with that, and I am going to be mostly positive tonight. I have heard the comments. Or at least I've read the comments. And I realize that sometimes because I'm expressing my actual opinions, I can come off a bit negative. I promise that for every negative comment, I will follow it immediately with a positive one.
So the whole thing there about you being a Superman apologist is not really true.
Well, I've done 2 commentaries for Superman 4. So I think that's apologizing enough. But no. What's our first thing? What do we got?
Well, we got a new Supergirl. The Flash movie is going to be a multiversal type film where different characters from different eras are supposedly going to either appear or cameo or what have you. And director Andy Muschietti announced this week that young actress Sasha Calle, who is an award-winning actress from The Young and the Restless. I didn't know The Young and the Restless actually won awards, but she has been cast to play Supergirl in the upcoming movie The Flash, and it's really the first Latino actress who's been cast in a role. Really, there's only been 3 other actresses who have played Supergirl in the past.
Live action, at least.
Live action, yes, obviously. The video that he posted of the moment that she found out that she had won the role is classic. I'm going to play that for you here. This was really a touching moment. I think it won a lot of people over as far as the casting of Sasha.
Hola,
Hola, Sasha, ¿cómo estás?
muy bien, ¿y tú cómo estás?
The truth is that I don't, we still don't have an answer, but I need to ask you a couple more questions.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just part of the process.
Yes,
So-
ask them, please. I've been dying over here. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, here it goes. Can you fly?
Can I fly?
hmm
Like, what do you mean, can I fly?
Like fly, like physically.
If you need me to.
Okay.
No, of course not. ¿Cómo así que sí puedo volar? O sea,
All right. Do you want to fly?
yeah, I would love to.
Okay. So then maybe you will need this. You know what this
What
is?
What?
You're Supergirl. Felicitaciones. Muy bien. ¿Está bien, Sasha? Come back. Felicitaciones. Congratulations, Sasha. You made it. You made it.
Thank you, guys. This is like...
Okay. Thank you. No, thank you. We're all thrilled about it.
So there you have it. That was just the video of her being told that she has won the role of Supergirl for the upcoming Flash movie. Obviously got very emotional there, and to share that with the world, I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to tell somebody. I mean, it's not it's a little more exciting than
A press
Henry
release.
Cavill missing a call from Zack Snyder because he's playing World of Warcraft. But no, I thought it was sweet. As I expected to happen, a bunch of people lost their minds because she's not blonde.
Neither was Melissa Benoist.
Neither, yeah, exactly. So it really doesn't matter. I did see somebody else suggest, and I'm a little mad at myself that I didn't consider this, that maybe she'll be Sir-El from
yes.
that the Steven T. Seagal run. But regardless of it, it doesn't matter, y'all. It's
Exactly.
a multiverse. And I
Yeah,
dropped my headset, so that's nice. No, it's a multiverse. Who cares?
exactly. It's a multiverse, so it doesn't really matter. We don't know what version of Supergirl she's playing. Even if she does get blonde hair, doesn't. It's just, we don't know much at this point. Be happy for the actress. Obviously, my background tonight is some fan art that people have already put together for what they anticipate or what they think, could be her. This one particular behind me is by Boss Logic, and you can follow them on twitter.com/bosslogic, and that's just a really nice fan art impression done pretty quickly, and there are a couple of them that I saw online. Obviously that's nothing official, there's no assurance that the costume will look anything like that at all, but it's just another fan art that I thought I'd feature here on our show tonight.
Yeah, I mean, and he pulled out the Man of Steel costume, so that's
Just happen to have one lying around.
Yeah. They're just gonna have it in some crystal, like it's the Superman Returns suit in Smallville. So
Yeah. So look, the Flash movie is reportedly coming out in November 2022. So there's some time there. It does star Ezra Miller. Michael Keaton's going to be reprising his role as Batman. Ben Affleck's in it as Batman as well. And it will be directed, as I said, by Andy Muschietti. It's interesting that it's going to be a multiversal film. Let's just wait and see how it is before we all start speculating too much.
yeah.
All right, and on Instagram and Twitter, Melissa Benoist posted a congratulations to Sasha for winning the role, and that's Sasha there. And Melissa posted this little congratulations, welcome to the DC Universe. Cannot wait to see you as Supergirl. The world needs as many Supergirls as it can get. And then off the back of that, the next day, we also, and here's some fan art, we also got a post from Laura Vandervoort, who is another actress who's obviously played Kara, Supergirl on Smallville. And so, as I said, some fans got into coming up with some designs for what they thought looked pretty cool, and how she might appear. And then there's that one, as I said, that is my background at the moment. So congratulations to Sasha, and obviously the other actresses who have played the role, lending their voices to that call of congratulations as well.
Yeah, I really like that second one, the one you have as your background right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really slick design for the costume.
Mm. Yeah, it's an interesting one with the cape from like the skirt side of things rather than from the shoulders, as is usual. All right, well, let's push on to a movie that is coming sooner rather than later, and that is Zack Snyder's Justice League. The big announcement this week was the fact that the film will be available to fans worldwide. Fans around the world will be able to watch the Zack Snyder's Justice League, which we thought was only going to be on HBO Max there in the US, but on March 18th via on-demand, digital download, linear or streaming services, fans all around the world will be able to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League. I believe it will actually be released there at 2 a.m. Pacific time. So that would be like 11 a.m. Eastern time the day before, 11 p.m. Eastern time the day before. So March 18th isn't exactly perfectly correct, but so it'll be 2 a.m. Pacific time on March 18th on HBO Max. People in China, France, and Japan will have to check for exact dates for them because it hasn't been exactly worked out for those locations at this point in time, exactly what platform or what date they will be able to watch it. But for everybody else, I believe here in Australia it will be on Binge and Foxtel, so fans will be able to, if they're subscribers of those, be able to watch it on the same date, which is actually kind of a little bit earlier than the US if it is released here on March 18th exactly. And if you don't have a subscription, say, to Binge, which is a streaming service here, there's a 14-day free trial. You might want to start, thinking about picking up a 14-day free trial just prior to March 18th so that you will have that, and then you can cancel your after the trial period ends. You don't have to continue with it if you don't want to. So that's good news for fans everywhere.
Yeah, I'm glad. That was a complaint. It was a very valid complaint, I will add, that there were people in other countries that just weren't going to be able to see it, and it's nice that Warner Brothers kind of heard that and got the international rights to it ironed out so that you can watch it. Mm-hmm. Because this is a big deal. This is, despite my feelings on the movie, I will completely and utterly agree that there are people out there of goodwill that are just really excited to see this movie, to see Zack Snyder's vision, or at least not so much his vision, because the movie we're going to be watching is not the movie that would have been released in theaters. As the Vanity Fair article today kind of pointed out, they did want a 2-hour cut to release to theaters to get as many viewings as possible in there. So this is obviously not what we would have gotten, but it is what we're getting, and that's I think that's cool that now everybody can see it.
Yeah, indeed. And speaking of the Vanity Fair article, there was some interesting revelations in that article today in regards to some of the ideas that Snyder had envisaged originally, which didn't come to pass. And one of those was a romance between Bruce Wayne and Lois Lane. Well, Bruce Wayne falling in love with Lois, but Lois obviously still enamored with the deceased Man of Steel at this point in time. And the executives at Warner Brothers said, not happening.
Yeah, and it's a bad idea. It's a seriously bad idea. That's kind of
a douche move.
Yeah, well, that, and it makes it puts false drama into the film. There's a lot of drama in this movie already. Bruce Wayne suddenly realizing he was wrong about Superman, and kind of trying to get the Justice League together should be enough. You don't want to add into that, oh, I've got a crush on Lois Lane. So, which in this universe, he's like significantly older than her. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah, it's just I read that and I went, I'm kind of on the side of Warner Brothers with that one.
Snyder also revealed that hardcore fans will have their minds blown with an inclusion of a cameo which will take place in an entirely new ending that the director has shot for this new version of the film.
Yeah, I don't know who that could be. You know, some people are saying, is it Martian Manhunter? Some people are like, well, it's Green Lantern. Ryan Reynolds has taken to Twitter to say it's not him.
Mm-hmm.
But he could be lying. You never know. We could have Ryan Reynolds in there. That would be interesting. I just there were things from that article that I was like, oh, that's kind of cool to know, and it's interesting to hear that even though he had a cut of the film, it was not a finished cut, as some of the Snyder fans were kind of insinuating when all of this started. And I do agree with him. See, going to be positive. I do agree with him that just releasing the work print would have been a terrible idea.
Yes.
It does the three things it does the three things he talked about. That would have been completely and utterly unfair to him. And I like to be fair. So I don't think that just really it's kind of how I feel about the Donner cut of Superman 2, that they now release that as like an official film when it's really not.
No, it's not. It's not complete.
So, but yeah, bad call, Ripley. Bad call on that Lois Lane Bruce Wayne thing.
Yeah, Affiliate Free is saying, what if it was done in the way that was done with the flirting on Superman the Animated Series, or the Batman Superman movie, or whatever it was called back in the day? That's different. Superman's not dead. You don't move in on a guy's girlfriend after he's just died.
Yeah, you at least give it a little, give it a year or so. But more than anything, that was a completely different set of circumstances, because
they weren't together.
Bruce Wayne and Lois Lane were actually dating in that movie, and Superman and Lois were together, but not really. She didn't know he was Clark Kent. So it's like the circumstances of that are just completely different. Yeah,
exactly. Totally different scenario. Kenneth asking, when will they start on Man of Steel 2? They may never. We don't know. It's all up in the air. It's like, how long's a piece of string?
Yeah.
It's neither here nor there at this point in time, and so don't hold your breath. But continuing on with Zack Snyder's Justice League, Water Tower Music released a track from the official soundtrack to the movie. It's titled The Crew at War Power. You can listen to it at our website. I'm not going to play it here for you, but it is a new song by Tom Holkenborg, known also as Junkie XL. And it's available to listen to via YouTube and other sources. But you can listen to it at our website if you so desire. But the soundtrack will obviously be released from Water Tower Music as a CD and for streaming as well, I imagine, before too long. But on an interesting another collaboration, Weta Workshop, who did 4 amazing statues, large pieces for Superman Returns, are getting involved, joining forces with Zack Snyder's Justice League, and we got our first glimpse this week of a new Superman statue in the making. It's 1/4 scale Superman statue to be fully revealed in a few weeks. Here is the image that they did release, and that's the working sculpture in progress image that they released of obviously Henry Cavill's Superman from Zack Snyder's Justice League, subject to final studio approval.
Yeah, I'm shocked that there's a new Superman statue coming up.
All right, so we wait to see the final rendition of that. Moving away from Zack Snyder's Justice League, Snyder did confirm that a new remastered Blu-ray release of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice is coming our way. He says, I just approved the Blu-ray box, so for sure it will exist on Blu-ray, and then I think it will exist on HBO Max. I have to confirm now, but for sure we've been talking about the release. So this is obviously to fix some aspect ratios, some IMAX restoration of the aspect ratio of the IMAX film version, some coloring issues. I didn't know we needed another version, but obviously,
there are people that love that movie, so I'm glad that they have another version that has officially been fixed by the director. So that's kind of cool. I just I don't need it.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
But that could be misconstrued as negative. So again, I will repeat. I'm glad that the people that love this movie are getting another version to buy.
Yeah, and obviously it's fixing some kind of... He posted a clip showing a considerably lighter, different color grading of a particular nightmare scene from Batman v Superman. So he obviously felt the need to go back and revisit that, and was given the opportunity to do so. And maybe it will come out in like a 3-box set with Man of Steel, his reworked BVS, and his version of Justice League.
It's weird, though, that he would do that, because it's not like he didn't get another bite at the apple with Batman v Superman. I mean, they released the Ultimate Edition on Blu-ray. So it's kind of strange that usually when a director wants another edition or is working on another edition, it's to like restore something that wasn't in a previous edition. There's something kind of oddly charming about the anal retentive nature of this director, that he's just like, no, I gotta fix the coloring, I gotta fix the aspect ratio, this is important.
Yeah, who knows, but anyway, it is coming out, so look for that soon, and we'll let you know when it is available, if that's something you need or want to purchase. All right, well, before we reach our halfway point of tonight's program, let's get into the monthly segments, because it is the final episode of February that we're doing tonight, so we need to get into the big question of the show.
Let's start with the big question.
So, Michael, what was our big question from last month?
I forget, and you did not send it to me.
Okay, it's there on my screen, so I thought you might have been reading it off my screen, but I'll read it.
Okay.
It says, if you could own one Superman item in the world, and I didn't send you all the details,
yes.
What would it be and why? And I apologize, I did not get the information sent to you, Michael, so I am leading you astray here. Let me read them out. We had Nathaniel Nash. He wrote in saying, I would want the platinum polybagged Superman number 75. I heard it's got an alternate ending.
Really?
No, it doesn't.
No, that's an FCTC joke. That's something that Jeff was constantly trying to get me to open up my platinum Superman number 75, saying that it had an alternate ending. So, and I never believed him, because really don't believe Jeff.
No, indeed. The next response there is on our Skype chat, Michael, if you want to read that one.
Yes, I see it. Alfie Faustelli. I'm sorry, Alfie. I just screwed up your name. Falsatelli, thank you. A screen-used Christopher Reeve Superman costume in a fireproof glass case. Yeah, I'd put that in fireproof glass casing, too. That's awesome. A screen-used costume.
Yeah, that would be an impressive item to own. Next up was Stephen Marshall. He said, if I could own one item, it would be the kryptonite neck chain from Superman the movie. Whenever I see, read, or hear about kryptonite, the image that always comes to mind is the close-up of the neck chain from Superman the movie. The Superman looking on in horror. You can see that moment. He's questioning what this thing is and what this sensation is. So, that would be an awesome item to own.
Yes, Cyrus Trochet wrote any comic book art that has never been published, most likely the existing pages of the uncompleted Barry Windsor Smith Superman graphic novel. The saga of it being canceled and back on multiple times fascinated me for many years. Or maybe that issue of Action Comics by Keith Champagne that got resolicited at the last minute that was supposed to be about the guy with his hands on his head on the cover of Action Comics #1.
Yes. That would have been, it would be interesting to get some unpublished pages or art or scripts. Was it the Barry Windsor Smith one is an interesting one because that was at the back of this Superman book that came out about the history of Superman and it was like upcoming material to be published and it never got published. So fans know all about it. It just never saw the light of day.
Yeah, there was another one, the original Superman Annual #3 from 1990, that was going to be a Chris Claremont, Michael Golden story, and it just never got done. It just took too long, so they didn't publish it. So I'd like to see at least some of the designs or at least the plot to that one.
Yeah, that would be interesting. So that would... well, thank you to those 4 people who responded to the Big Question segment of our show. Our new big question for next month, for March, is, and you probably won't be able to answer this until the next couple of weeks, what do you think of Superman and Lois so far? So by the time the Big Question segment comes around again, it will be the end of March, and you'll have at least seen 4 episodes of the TV series to date. So, wait a little bit and respond to the Big Question segment of our show. Just head to our website. Under the contact menu, you will find the Big Question feedback form. So, at least wait till tomorrow night. Watch the pilot episode at the bare minimum and then respond to the Big Question segment of our show. What do you think of Superman and Lois to date? Get involved with the Big Question segment of our show. All right, let's move on to the super secret soundbite. Here is our intro.
Only one thing alive with less than 4 legs can hear this frequency, Superman, and that's you.
All right, the super secret soundbite from last month. Here is the old sound. It's a part of a song where the word Superman is sung. Let's see if you... let's hear it again, and then I'll tell you who guessed it right.
Superman!
I'm just going to play it one more time. Here we go.
Superman!
There you have it. This song is actually from just let me bring up it's Soldier Boy, and it's not a song that I was very, a big fan of, but it was Soldier Boy, Crank That, and we had 3 people guess it right. It was Nathaniel Nash, Alfie Falsatelli again, and Jack Rocha. So congratulations to those 3 people for guessing where in the world of songs that Superman super secret soundbite came from. And here is the new super secret soundbite. See if you know which song this word sung of Superman is from. Superman! Gonna play it one more time. Here it is. Superman! There you have it. If you think you know where in the world of music that comes from, then head to the Superman homepage website. Under the contact menu, you will find the super secret soundbite entry form. Send in your response and we will read out the names of each person who guesses it right when we return to these segments at the end of March. Don't post it in the comments here. Just go to the Superman homepage, go to the super secret soundbite and send your response. It's not a difficult one. We actually played it not that long ago in our top Superman songs that fans thought of or sent in. If you're not familiar with the Soldier Boy song, here is a bit of that so that you can, as we go to the break, see if you remember where that old song.
Soldier boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that soldier boy? That Superman? That now why me crank that?
be back in a moment with the exciting climax of today's episode. So stand by.
If you're enjoying WGBS TV Live, then please like and share this video with your family and friends. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, you can click on the bell to receive notifications whenever we post a new video. You can also join our YouTube membership program. Just click the join button below. Or you can become a patron and support our website by visiting patreon.com/Superman homepage.
Look, up in the sky.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. No, it's SupermanHomepage.com, the #1 Superman fan site in the world. SupermanHomepage.com, covering the world of Superman from the 1930s to today. News, reviews, rumors, and reports. SupermanHomepage.com for all your Superman comics, TV shows, movies, cartoons, radio shows, and more. Everything you ever wanted to know about the Man of Steel and more. SupermanHomepage.com.
Thanks, Superman Homepage, for all the support over the years. I really appreciate it.
I'm Matt Bomer. I'm the voice of Superman and Superman Unbound, and this is the Superman Homepage.
Right here on Superman Homepage.
Attention, Superman fans. Superman glasses are coming to Taco Bell.
That's right. Taco Bell is offering Superman glasses with exciting scenes from the movie. There's 6 of them. Every time you buy a medium-sized Pepsi-Cola, you can buy a Superman glass. But supplies are limited, so hurry down to your Taco Bell and start your own collection of Superman glasses.
Superman glasses, now only at Taco Bell.
No more Soldier Boy. No, we got done with Soldier Boy. Please, no more Soldier Boy. Did you ever get those glasses from Taco Bell?
No, I've every once in a while looked at them on eBay, but I can't justify it at this point. I'm just more weirded out about the uniforms that people at Taco Bell used to have to wear. But I did back in 1989 get the Taco Bell cups for Batman.
Oh, okay.
But I did not, unfortunately. Too young, and yeah, eBay has just not been kind to me on that. So
fair enough. All right, well, we're now getting into the fan favorite segment of our show.
Yes.
Here is our intro. All right, our fan favorite question from last month was what?
Last week's question,
I guess. Sorry, yes.
Do you have a favorite Superman watch or clock? Jesse Church was the first and only person to write in about this. Hey guys, this is my favorite and only Superman clock. I've had it for a number of years. I particularly love the colors and the figurine on top.
Yeah, so, there he is. There's his clock.
I got that. I got that in the house.
Me too. I've got that somewhere in the background here as my place as well. It's a nice one. I can't plug it in because it's obviously got US power cord on it. We have different outlets here, but I do have that. And it looks like he was up late taking this photo. Not too late, 10 to 10 at night. Thank you for sending that in. I did take a photo of some of the clocks in my collection, which I particularly like. Here are some of the clocks and watches that sit on a shelf in my room, my collection here. A couple of the old wind-up analog clocks there in the front, the kind of the retro look, and a couple of wristwatches there, and even some in the red and blue ones in the background on the left there were like watches that had like walkie-talkies in them, and you put the headpiece in, and then you could talk to your friend who had the other pair. So they're just a couple of watches and clocks in my collection. Even a stopwatch there at the front.
I've had 2. One I don't have anymore, which is actually kind of sad to me. I don't know what happened to it, but Christmas of '93, my father got me one of the Fossil watches that came out around the time of the death of Superman, and it was kind of a sad Christmas because my mom had just passed away 3 weeks before. So it was really touching to me that my father thought enough, like, that's the one I'm going to get him. One that's in the other room that I could not get to because there's just too much stuff in front of where it is right now was a Superman pocket watch that Rachel got me years ago. Like one of it was I think our first Christmas together. She got that for me, and I wore that on our wedding day along with some Superman cufflinks that she had gotten me, also from the Warner Brothers store. So I mean, I've got one of the picture you showed. I've got one of those like kind of metal ones somewhere in the house too. It's gonna be really nice when I actually go through everything because it's all just separated right now, and it's gonna be like I got it all over again. So
nice.
But
rediscover them.
I just don't wear a watch.
I've got my Apple Watch, and that doubles as everything for me at the moment. So yeah, I never get to wear anything else because I can change the screens on these if I want to with a different Superman image in the background.
Yeah.
So I don't wear too many anything else. They're all just sitting there on display. But our new fan favorite question for this week is what, Michael?
The new one is: do you have a favorite Superman light or lamp?
Yeah, I've seen some really nice like lava lamp type of things, and I'll show something in my collection. But yeah, lights, lamps. There's that really cool one of the Superman boot as a lamp, as the leg of the lamp. I haven't got that, but I've seen images of that. So yeah, if you want to get involved in the the fan favorite segment of our show, then email us at info@supermanhomepage.com and get involved in the segment of this weekly segment of our show. All right, we're going to move into the TV side of things, and there's been obviously heaps promoting the Superman and Lois premiere happening tomorrow night. Even the fellow castmates or crewmates of the CW from other CW superhero shows got in on the act, welcoming the Superman and Lois TV series and its stars to the CW. Here is a little bit of them welcoming the Superman and Lois crew to the CW.
February 23rd.
You're saying you're Superman?
The 2-hour premiere event.
Superman and Lois is the show for every generation. It's a very timely story.
With appearances from some of your DC favorites.
I'm just so thrilled they're back on TV.
Superman and Lois, welcome to the CW.
Superman and Lois, 2-hour premiere event.
There you have it. So there's just Grant Gustin and I'm not sure the other lady's name from Stargirl, welcoming them to the CW.
Yep. The number of videos that rolled out over the last couple of days have been amazing. Like I can't really even keep up with all of them.
Well, here's another one where they talk about their dream team-ups, who they'd like to see come on board as far as a team-up between Superman and some of the other DC characters.
Like as a team up? Like a team up situation?
Green Martian and Lois Lane.
Hopefully Lois can have some interaction with Batwoman at some point.
I think that would be a really interesting team up.
I certainly have high hopes for Melissa Benoist to get on our show.
You could go with Batman. I want to see Batman.
I would love to see Batman, Superman.
I want to see them work together.
I like maybe a little Two-Face, a little Joker action.
And that kind of thing happens in crossovers all the time.
So yeah, talking about Batman, Batwoman, some of the others names thrown up there were interesting. Tyler Hoechlin wants to see Two-Face, Joker. Yeah. They always go for the Batman characters. What's going on?
Well, Batman's popular. No, I would like to see a CW Batman and have him team up with Tyler and actually have them. If we're going to do things as they've been kind of doing, different from the movies, have them like be really good friends.
And obviously, Supergirl, Melissa Benoist making an appearance would be a nice connection as well.
I'm sure that would be in the second season, if they did it. It would be interesting to see what the plot of the episode would be, because so far, their interactions together have been on her terms. So, now it's his show. So how does that work?
Yeah.
I was about to say, does he admit that he's stronger than her? But no, I'm not going to go down that road. I'm not going to go down that road. But no, go ahead.
I was going to say, in the next video they released was about what the symbol of Superman means to them. This was an interesting one.
I think the Superman symbol brings a visceral reaction.
It's not just strength and speed and all of those amazing qualities about Superman.
It's always been hope, hope for a better future, hope that we will find a better way.
Keep the hope alive.
Hope that we will all do better, that we will try harder.
I mean, that's kind of awesome.
I can't name a lot of other superheroes that have that rich history and that power behind their symbol.
So that's a really nice one. The Superman symbol is so iconic. I don't think, as one of the actors there says, you can't think of anybody else who really has that, that recognition straight away.
Yeah, it is different amongst the superhero pantheon. I mean, the Batman symbol, the Superman symbol has had different iterations over the years, but it's still been kind of pretty much the same. No matter the version. I mean, you have the Kingdom Come version, but that's pretty much an outlier. The bat symbol keeps changing. There's never, there's just like 15 billion of them in the comics at any given time because of how the artists draw it. Flash, Green Lantern, these are all cool symbols, but it's not Superman. It's not that S symbol that has endured for 80 years.
And here was the last one that was released today, entitled Up, Up and Away.
I mean, it's Superman. You can't go wrong with Superman.
It's all new.
It was my dream. I'm so excited. I mean, come on, guys.
Like, what does Superman look like in 2021?
So amazing. Tyler was born to play Superman. Bitsy, who plays Lois, she's so incredible. Thanks. Together, they're such a dynamic duo.
We're not gonna have any fun on the show at all.
This is also a different Lois and Clark as modern parents.
It's too dangerous for them to know.
It's more dangerous if they don't.
I think the fans will love seeing him challenged in a way that we've never seen him challenged before.
All the times you were gone, you lied to us. You both did.
What makes him human is the fact that he has adversity. He has to deal with life. Very human and real.
Am I a bad father?
We're gonna be all right.
There's a lot of hurdles that we haven't seen them jump over before.
The world will always need Superman, but right now this family needs you more.
So that's a really cool one. Seeing a lot of the other cast members, with the gentleman who's playing the Stranger also featured in there.
Yep. Man, I'm just so excited right now.
And
I did not plan my vacation to be
around Superman and Lois,
the premiere, but I'm glad it kind of went that way.
Do you know anybody who got the LA Times with this Daily Planet section promoting the show? In that it's got some really interesting imagery, some articles in there that I would really love to read.
They are online.
Okay.
Some of them are available online. I was reading through them and noticed that they name dropped Kitty Faulkner, who was Rampage in the comics, and one of the writers for the series was happy that somebody noticed that. I did not get it. I want one, just because I like these things. But it's a little disappointing that they only released it in LA. But I'm sure they didn't want to pay for that nationally, so because they definitely would have run out and gotten one. But no, it's cool that they actually have real articles. It's not just like the gobbledygook that sometimes you see with these things.
Yeah, well, there's one there written by Ron Troop, with him. There's one saying Morgan Edge's energy initiative promises hope, and then there was another one. Written by Lois Lane, Superman prevents nuclear meltdown, which is a major scenario in the pilot episode, which you will be able to see tomorrow night. There, February 23rd on the CW at 8 p.m, followed by that documentary special, Superman and Lois, Legacy of Hope, right afterwards, starting at 9:30 p.m. So if you happen to get your hands on one of these, fantastic, good on you.
And if you have an extra, send it to me. I'll pay shipping.
Yeah, and if that's really cool if you were able to grab one of those in the LA Times, dated February 21st. They also released the CW, that is, some promo posters for Jonathan and Jordan Kent, the twin sons of Superman and Lois. Let me turn that one off there. There's the one for Jonathan, similar to the ones they released for Clark and Lois. And that's the actor, skipping on his name at the moment, Jordan. It's not Jordan Elsas. Yeah, it's Jordan Elsas. He plays Jonathan Kent. And then there is the other one of Jordan Kent, played by Alex Garfin. And that's
Jordan plays Jonathan.
Yeah, I know.
Alex plays Jordan.
It'd be so hard for Jordan Elsas, whenever they're on the set and they're talking about Jordan Kent, his brother, that for him not to react when he hears his name called.
Yeah.
Like someone talking. No, you're not talking to me. Oh, sorry, I'm not. I'm Jonathan, not Jordan at the moment. Jordan's over there. It'd be so hard.
I'm sure professionals have a way working around that.
Sure, they do. But it's not. There's been occasions in movies and TV shows. Well, E.T. is a famous one where the actress's name is actually mentioned by what's her name? Who played Gertie in E.T.
Drew Barrymore.
That's it, Drew Barrymore. She, as a young kid, she actually calls the actress by her real name, and they left it in there in the movie. And yes, that was, obviously a little bit weird, but
wait. He spent thousands of dollars replacing all of the guns with walkie-talkies, but he didn't fix that.
It was a cute moment.
All right.
I don't know.
Okay.
She calls Mary. Maybe Mary is the real name. Is the name of the character as well. So I don't know. But that just came to mind. But the twins, the Kent twins, are obviously a major part of this series. And Alex and Jordan have both participated in a number of interviews. The Permanent Rain Press caught up with Alex Garfin in a nice little interview, a Zoom interview that was released today. Here is a little bit of that. He seems like a really bubbly type character, which kind of goes against the character that he's playing in the TV series, which is really an emotional, distraught young man.
Hi, I'm Alex Garfin, and you're watching the Permanent Rain Press.
Hi everyone, it's Chloe with the Permanent Rain Press. Today I am so happy to be joined by Alex Garfin. How are you?
I'm doing amazing.
I'm so happy to hear that. You have a couple of days off, I heard, so different than, being on set every day.
Yeah, very different. Days off, they're few and far between until they're plentiful. So,
It's a good thing to be busy though.
Absolutely. It's a great thing to be busy. In fact, being here in Vancouver and being busy is a great combination. They feed off each other well. It's a very busy city. So when you're moving around and you have a place to be, the city kind of accommodates you. And no, it's great. It's great. The fact that
there's just a bit of the interview there. You can watch the full interview from Permanent Rain Press at our website via the YouTube video. And there's also a podcast interview with FTTV, who spoke to Jordan Elsas about his role as Jonathan Kent.
Yeah, he's been really bubbly in the little things that the CW has been putting out. So it's interesting because he's so intense in the trailers.
He's very intense. So yeah. Good to see.
Nathaniel in the chat asks if the poster behind me is a John Bogdanove one. Yes, it's. I can do this, and maybe you can see over it. It is a poster from promo poster from when Superman: The Man of Steel was coming out. Ironically, right next to it is also a John Bogdanove poster. So, I have a thing going on apparently.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't really thought his artwork was overly exaggerated, but he was definitely one of the best to kind of bring through Joe Shuster's dynamic.
I don't normally promote other things that I do here, but at the beginning of April, I will be releasing the interview that Jeff and I did with John Bogdano.
Nice.
2.5 hours long. That man loves to talk. So he goes into a lot of stuff, and we talk about his artwork extensively. So
Nice.
it was a good get.
You'll have to remember to remind us about it
Yeah.
when it's released, because that would be really cool. I think a lot of fans would be interested to hear him talk. Yeah, really cool. And you should promote more of your stuff, especially the Superman related stuff here.
Well, we're here for the homepage. So
Yeah, no, but you do some great stuff that Superman fans want to know about. We promote everything else Superman, your podcasts and stuff that the knowledge that you have is phenomenal. So it's the main reason I hired you for this role. Make me look good.
Well, yeah, I'm the ringer.
So the LA Times got into the Superman and Lois thing. Well, the other side of the country there also got in on the act, with the New York Times publishing an extensive interview with Tyler Hoechlin and Bitsy Chulok ahead of tomorrow night's premiere of Superman and Lois. And they discussed the relatability of the new series, what it's like playing such iconic characters, and so much more, and what superpowers they would like to have. And it's no surprise to see that both of them chose flight.
Yeah, that was. I was fascinated more than anything in that interview by Tyler saying he has never seen any of the Superman films. And then he only watched 1 or 2 episodes of Lois and Clark. And, some people get really hung up, like if they don't know anything about it. The fact that he never watched any of those shows and still came on and did the performance he did is actually even more amazing.
Yeah, exactly, because he's not being informed by anything previous. He's doing his own version. Yeah. He's not mimicking another version of the character.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think that's seriously, my respect for him went up even more. I'm like, wow, that was him and what was on the page. So it's the writers and him, but he's the guy that has to bring that to life. So
yeah, but if I was somebody like Brandon Routh or Henry Cavill and all these actors who said, "Oh, I've never seen a Superman film," I'd be going, like, what? My movies aren't good enough for you?
Yeah.
Well,
not everybody. I mean, to be fair, Tyler Hoechlin has been working pretty consistently since he was like 9.
Yes, that's
so. I learned recently that he is not the only Superman that was on Teen Wolf too, because Dylan Sprayberry was on the show.
Okay.
And I was just like, how did I not know that?
And Dylan, what role? What was Dylan involved?
He was young Clark Kent, Man of Steel.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I was just like, and I'm like, what else have you guys been keeping from me? I can't do everything.
Yeah, so
I'm not a Superman,
Take off your glasses. We don't know that for sure.
Yes, there you go. Here, now you all know. Now the screen is very blurry. I cannot read any of the text, so I'm going to put my glasses back.
Please do. Oh, there's Michael. He's back.
Yeah.
So, you can check out that interview at newyorktimes.com. And Todd Helbing, the showrunner, who is heavily involved in the pilot episode, of course, did an interview with EW.com in which he talks at length about coming up with the idea for Superman and Lois, thinking about maybe stepping away from superhero stuff when he was called up to be a part of this, and was kind of, now that I'm part of it, now I'm thinking about it, I can't stop thinking about it. And, how they came up with the concept of doing a family drama, and how it does move away from the style that they were using for other superhero shows on the CW, and how, it's been informed by things like Friday Night Lights and Man of Steel and other shows where they've kind of taken some inspiration from as far as the look and feel and the concept of what they're looking to do with this show.
Yeah, it really puts a lie to the idea that, you can't make Superman relatable. Well, make him a dad.
Yeah, exactly. And they're talking about the villains for this series, and that Superman will have a villain, Lois will have a villain, and they're not going to do the Freak of the Week like they did in Smallville. It's going to be a little bit different there. We're going to get villain Kilgrave. What can you tell us about
Thaddeus Kilgrave?
Yes.
Oh, wow! He's a kind of a high-tech villain.
Yep.
He was a short little guy with a bowl haircut and thick glasses, and he would show up just like every once in a while. He was never they didn't craft an entire story around him, but he would just show up as one of the villains in the issue. So that's a deep cut.
All right, we need to, before we finish the show, talk about Superman 78. This is a comic book that is coming out in the same vein as what they did with, what was the Batman?
Batman 66, Wonder Woman 77, I think they called it.
So they're doing Superman 78 and Batman 89, stories set within the worlds, within the continuity of the movies that we know and love. Richard Donner's Superman the movie, and I think this is awesome. It's about time.
Yeah, I doing this with the Batman 89 is just why haven't you done this sooner? And probably they were working out the rights.
Yeah.
But with everything going on right now with DC and them cutting back so much on their paper comics, this is the perfect time to do these kind of things. And, bring on Superman 59 and show the next season of the Adventures of Superman television series. But no, I'm really excited about this.
Yeah. And the artwork doesn't really tickle my fancy, Wilfred Torres. There are other artists I think probably would have done a better Christopher Reeve. But I'm happy to see. Is it Robert Venditti doing the Superman, or is he doing Batman?
Yeah,
Robert Venditti.
No, Sam Hamm, the guy that wrote the Batman 89 film, is doing Batman 89.
Yeah.
But no, Venditti, it's just okay, thankfully you gave him something Superman to do.
Yes, exactly. This is awesome. A great fit. And they're doing Justice League, Zack Snyder Justice League variant covers for Justice League number 59. You'll be able to see those soon. That comes out March 16th. Just ahead of the premiere of the movie, and there are 4 Superman-related Future State books this week: Batman, Superman, Legion of Superheroes, Superman House of L, which I know you're looking forward to, and Superman versus Imperious Lex. There's also another comic book called Generations Forged #1, which I think might be an important book to read as well. So those will be reviewed at our website. But that is pretty much all we have time for this week. I want to thank everyone for tuning into WGBS TV Live. Thanks to all the people commenting there, and a lively discussion going on our YouTube comments. And thank you to you, my co-host, Mr. Michael Bailey.
Pleasure as always, Steve.
And thank you to our sponsors and patrons, Douglas Meacham, John Patrick Van Pelt, and Tina Murray. We appreciate your support. And if for some reason you missed out on some of this episode tonight, tuned in late, want to catch the whole show in full all over again, you can do so via our website and our YouTube channel. But Michael and I will be back next week on Monday, March 1st, for another edition of WGBS TV Live. We look forward to talking with you then. We'll obviously hear all your thoughts about Superman and Lois, and we'll be talking about what's going to happen in the second episode. So look for all that next week. Until then, be sure to check out supermanhomepage.com for all your daily news updates on everything surrounding the Man of Steel. I'm Steve Eunice. On behalf of myself and Michael Bailey, thanks for watching WGBS TV Live, brought to you by supermanhomepage.com. Bye.